Good afternoon or good evening as you might be receiving this week's edition of the Weekly Wrap. It's been another great week, Mike, hasn't it? And this morning, especially out at Randwick with the trials, I thought we had a couple of lovely trials go around.
Yeah, we did. Capital Asset making his return. He finished off last preparation with a couple of wins. So he was in great form when he went out, which is always good. You usually get them back in good form as well when you do that. And he tried up nicely this morning, a little bit keen, but we'll forgive him that. He looks very well within himself. So
yeah, he does. And Quality Miss, the youngster coming through. I mean, we obviously know with Capital Asset, having won a couple of races already, he's a talented horse. But it's always exciting watching the young ones come through. And Quality Miss, daughter of Merchant Navy, and she has shown some ability in previous trial, but I think she's taken up another level again this preparation, and I was really excited by her trial.
Yeah, I thought her trial was super, so I think her owners can, be pretty optimistic with her. I think she might turn out to be the bargain of the year last year, a $40,000 purchase, I think, from memory.
Yep. And
I thought she trialled every bit as well as the $800,000 yearling that won the trial this morning. So there you go. That's the beauty of the sport, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. Always goes to show you don't have to be spending $1 million to be winning these races, but hopefully she kicks on and lives up to her name of being a quality filly. I want to make an honourable mention before I move on to Ron. Rangers ran terrific again. He went up to Grafton to try and defend his title in the Ramornie Handicap, and didn't go according to plan during the middle stages of the race there, but he was super. As honest as the day is long. Yeah,
he was sent to the lead, wasn't he? He would have been good just to get on the backside of one, but that's being a little bit picky, I guess, just to see him relax that little bit more. But boy, he gave us a good shout again, as he does every race. And went down by about a neck in the end. And,
yeah, it was.
And terrific third and sensational horse. So congratulations to all his owners.
Yeah, he is a legend. Now, before we move on as well, we've got the open day or stable visit, whatever you want to call it, coming up at Royal Randwick at the Snowden Stable. But we had a little date change there, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We said to keep the 20th of August free, but we've had to change that to the 27th of August. So scratch that first one out in your diaries and put the 27th of August, and hopefully you're all free and available to come out and join us there. And we've got a special guest, Chris.
We certainly do. A special guest indeed. The mighty two-time Everest champion, Red Zell. It looked like he's going to make a special guest appearance there, so it's going to be great to see the old boy again.
Absolutely. Can't wait for that.
Now we've got the question of the week. We sort of forgot this segment last week. I only realised that afterwards, but we won't be forgetting it again.
Yep.
And this week, I'm just going to run through a quick question here. We've been asked in regards to the various time frames for different stages of the horse's preparation. First of all, breaking in. How long does that usually take?
It usually takes 4 weeks. That's the usual period of time, unless there's something they particularly need to work on with that horse to get them right before they leave. But it's typically a 4-week period. The first week's just mouthing and all that sort of thing, and then they get a saddle on the back in the second week and progress there to being ridden.
Yep, and then after that 4 weeks, typically they'll often get a week in at the stables there at the trainer stables in town, just to top off that education and before they go back out. They're just basically showing around and getting comfortable with the surroundings, and it's a very busy and different environment for them. It gives them a really good head start for the next time they come through.
Well, I call that an exposure sort of stint. So just getting exposed to everything, tracks, people, location, everything, and just makes them more aware next time they come in. They know what to expect, and you can push on with them.
Yep, and then they'll typically go back out to the paddock, and spell times generally are 4 weeks these days. It used to be pretty much a standard 6 weeks, didn't it? But in recent years, I guess that's trainers have sort of changed their approach there, and I'd say 4 weeks is pretty normal. But anywhere really 4 to 6 weeks, I'd call a standard spell. And then obviously if a horse has a little niggling injury or something like that, you might push it out to maybe 12 weeks, whatever is needed for that particular horse. Sometimes with a certain sort of, I guess, carnival horses that are going for stakes races, you have to adjust accordingly to when the races are on. You don't have the same sort of flexibility. You might shorten it a touch where need be, but yeah, typically that 4 to 6 weeks. Then they'll go into pre-training, and that phase is, yeah, the standard there is about 2 weeks. and then they're just doing trot and canter, building up the base fitness, and then they'll move into the trainer stables in town. And you're probably looking at a preparation of about 7 weeks until you get to a trial, and then it's 1 or 2 trials and then into the races.
Yep.
The next component of that, I should say, is horses having their first race preparation. You typically only get 1 to 3 races out of them, just depends how they're handling it all. And then subsequent preparations, you could be, 5, 6, 7, 8 races, depending on how the horse is handling it all. So hopefully that gives you a bit of a rough idea what to expect, especially for those who haven't experienced that yet with your horses if they're young ones.
Yep, feel free to continue sending those questions through, and we'll get onto them one by one each week.
Yep. Now, the week ahead, it's going to be a pretty quiet one, actually. So there's not a lot going on, but we've got Full Revolution who will be going around 1 or 2 places. We haven't quite got that locked in yet, but options there are Warwick Farm on Wednesday over the 1100, or Kembla Grange the following day over 1,000 metres.
Yep. So wherever she goes, she ran well for a second placing on her return race this preparation. So, taking the good improvement from that first up run, she'll go close this time she steps out.
Yeah, I think she's definitely got a foot on the till, so she's going to be there or thereabouts no matter which race she runs in there. Then on Friday, we've got Seiko going around in a 1,080 metre race at Canberra on the synthetic track. Thought he was a bit plain first up, which was a bit out of character for him, but having a look at it, it was a soft 7 track, and it's probably just getting a tad too wet for him there, so it might be an excuse. Probably put a line through that. I expect him to bounce back well in his next start. Yeah,
well, Nick said it was actually, in reality, it was more a heavy track, so that explains that, because he is a horse that doesn't appreciate that.
Yeah. Red Hot Tip Time, our favourite time of the week. And I sat out last week. How did you get on?
Yeah, I'm ready for you this week.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, we got the first horse home
anyway. I'll get the pen and paper out and be ready, but how were the results last week?
Well, that's what I mean, Cigar Fleet. We got that one home. I used the term "we" very loosely there. Did. But I got that one home, and then, as I said, I had to get out of Randwick quickly, and I should have gone a little earlier than I said, because race 2 we didn't get the chocolates. But anyway, this weekend I've been called out and had a few different appointments to get to and whatever, so haven't been able to come up with something for this week, so I apologise for that.
Excuses and excuses.
I'll be back next week.
But never mind, I've got something for the people. Look, Randwick is where I'm looking. I'm actually going to have a crack at a highway race, which is not exactly my forte, so there's not a lot of confidence going into my tips this week. But a horse called Zaru, trained by Joseph Burgess, and Zach Lloyd is on board. I think this horse is, he was second last start, and he's won 1 highway before, and he was 3rd up then. He's 3rd up this time, and I think he's hitting form at the right time and might be able to clinch his 2nd highway race. So fingers crossed there. And then race 9 towards the end of the meeting, Max Schnell with Tyler Schiller on board. An each-way chance there, I think, and I should actually say Zaru was an each-way chance as well, so sitting on the fence a little bit there, but hopefully there's a collect or 2.
Yeah, sorry, all I heard was that highways aren't your forte, and I didn't hear anything after that, so be warned, everybody.
Well, if they win, you'll hear plenty then.
Yep.
Now, I should quickly mention before we go, our Hellbent filly out of Mead has nearly sold out. We've only got 10% left there. The young filly that we have with Annabelle Neesham, powerful looking filly, much more like a colt if you're looking at her, but only 10% left. So if you're keen to get involved, certainly get in touch very quickly if you are indeed keen.
Yep, one of the shareholders in a half brother actually is bought into the horse.
Yep,
the half brother Brave Mead, and so so he said that they're expecting that horse to be a Group 3 or Group 2 horse this coming preparation. So. Yeah, that's encouraging.
Yep, my word, and might further enhance that pedigree even more. So anyway, have a great weekend. As Mike said before, if you've got any questions that you want answered, please send them in, and we'll do our best to answer them over coming weeks. But have a wonderful weekend with your family and friends.
And go the Wallabies.
Go the Wallabies.